Archangel Michael says don't try to ignore this message. You have the gift of intuition and the capacity to see beyond appearances, which is a great blessing. You see things as they really are, in contrast to the many who choose to put on rose-colored glasses and ignore the truth in favor of fantasies. Some find your candor intimidating. Some individuals can feel uncomfortable in your presence if they prefer to remain in their comfort zones and avoid confronting reality. Your candor and disclosure of the truth shakes their foundational feeling of safety. Some people aren't prepared to face truth, and your capacity to impart wisdom and understanding might make them feel bad. If you want to comprehend someone's predicament, you need not know them personally. Every interaction, whether it's a battle, an argument, or someone going about their day, has an energy and underlying dynamics that becomes apparent. The ability to tune into the unsaid and feel the energy in a certain space is known as intuition. Despite its exceptional qualities, this talent might pose difficulties in some circumstances. Upon entering a room, you could get an instant sense of exhaustion or unease. What matters most is the vibe that the individuals there exude. Feeling the thoughts and feelings of other people may be a burden. While this sensitivity is an admirable quality, it may also be frightening to others around you because of how different you are. The capacity to perceive and experience profound emotions is a blessing. You can't be real and wise in the world until you have it. If speaking your truth makes other people feel uneasy, you should not let that stop you from embracing your strength. You have an innate ability to perceive your environment, and it cannot be disabled. Since that is the case, you stay away from certain individuals or circumstances. Feelings like this are familiar to you. You have a keen awareness that unsettles others around you. How on earth do you have such extensive knowledge? Why is everything so crystal obvious to you? Let me break it down for you. It's a gift. You can sense the energy, recognize patterns, and comprehend events even in the absence of spoken communication. Before, you would act as if nothing was wrong. However, you pretended not to notice or care about the fact that anything was amiss the whole time. As a kid, you could tell when something didn't match up, whether it was a person or a circumstance. It was easy for you to discern when anything was amiss, even when nobody else did. People frequently told you you asked too many questions when you were younger. But now that you're an adult, you know you should inquire more often. Being perceptive and inquisitive has only grown in you with the passage of time. Having a keen eye for detail may often put others on edge. Someone may feel frightened if they perceive that you are able to see through their disguises or the circumstances they are attempting to conceal. Its presence is palpable even when the precise problem cannot be identified. It's a solid knowledge that makes those who aren't prepared to confront reality feel uneasy. You are unique in your lucidity. Some people prefer to ignore or live in denial about the problems they face, but you opt to face them head-on. People may be more careful or treat you differently because of this. Those who do not understand or accept reality may find you frightening since you do not want to live in denial or haze. But you welcome this blessing. It is a constant reminder of the actual world. My thinking is clear, and no one can confuse or distort my viewpoint. You don't live in a fog. Once everything was laid bare, the bewilderment began to vanish. As a result of your unfiltered perspective, you pose a danger to those who find comfort in delusions. There will be times when your perception of reality is so sharp that it surprises you. For that reason, it should come as no surprise that it causes anxiety in other people. Being in the company of certain individuals makes you feel their energy, vibe, and soul off. A peculiar, uneasy sensation, similar to uneasiness or anxiousness, is produced. One may feel when anything is amiss even if one isn't privy to their own histories. Although they may believe they are concealing their problems or realities from you, your intuition is able to catch up on these facts. When you sense something is wrong, you have spoken out about it. Because they believed their secrets were well hidden, this often shocks individuals. Still, you can always find out what someone is hiding. There is no need for evidence since you can perceive it with your senses. Some individuals feel nervous around you because of it. Their inability to comprehend your knowledge exposes them. Someone with your degree of awareness could be frightening to some, but you consider it a blessing. Sticking to the facts, being aware of your environment, and avoiding deceit are things you value. You should follow your gut instincts. Perceiving and understanding things on a deeper level is a natural talent. You may usually trust that intuition. Because it is your reality, you wholeheartedly accept it. Whenever you enter a space or join a gathering of people, you can feel the energy instantly. Not everything that is weighty or bad is yours. You have a strong intuition for when someone is struggling, and you can usually detect it even when they don't speak out or aren't a close friend of theirs. Knowing it's there is like having an instinct. Attempts by individuals to fabricate stories or portray an altered version of themselves result in the same outcome. Ignorance is not an option. Although it may seem strange to be able to discern such obvious signs of deceit, being able to discern when someone is acting is part of your identity. As soon as you bring it up, people tend to feel nervous. You pose a danger to them since they aren't used to being seen so plainly. Because of this, you actively avoid specific individuals or places. If you detect any dishonesty or negativity, it's best to stay away. You've figured out how to guard your energy by being picky about the people you let in and occupy your time. Stay away from those that you can't trust or who cause unnecessary upheaval in their relationships. There is no need to be critical. It boils down to knowing yourself and making deliberate decisions. In the past, you acted differently. There was a time when you loved people and were ready to make friends with everyone who would listen. You take great pleasure in making new acquaintances and strengthening existing bonds. But it seems like you've changed your strategy. The value of surrounding yourself with good people has been clear to you as you've matured. The key is to choose quality over quantity, to maintain harmony while wholeheartedly loving your fellow man. You have a strong desire to improve the world while also becoming your best self, and you have a profound sense of empathy for all people. With your objective in mind, you have found your calling. You have a firm grasp on your true loves, your life goals, and the things that bring you joy. Concurrently, you've figured out how to avoid things that don't serve your purpose and people that bring you down. Your heightened sense of awareness has led you to shun familiar environments and people who used to bring you comfort but now bring you down. The way things were cannot be restored. The realities surrounding you become apparent as you achieved clarity. Everything that was formerly acceptable is now obvious to you. You have been transformed by this coming to terms with reality. Your ego has been inflated to the point that you can no longer ignore the truth. The capacity to see beyond appearances and get to the heart of things is precious to you. You place a premium on basing your life on fact rather than a fantasy. Adopt this talent if you can see things clearly and know it makes other people uncomfortable. A more purposeful existence and improved decision-making are the results. There is a difference between your previous way of life and this new one. A lot of the things you used to do on a regular basis that you thought were harmless are really holding you back and even hurting you. Because they were limiting you, you have released those habits. Nobody around you will have your perspective or be going through what you are. Living in denial or being ignorant of life's deeper realities is a choice that many individuals make. This is your life, so you may as well live it to the fullest by being genuine and purposeful, but you must never lose sight of reality. People have become desensitized or emotionally distant from reality due to our cultural conditioning to believe anything we hear without investigation. Remember not to lose touch with reality. The world is full with dreamers who have already checked out, enjoying life to the fullest. However, that is not how life really is. Everything you do in life, no matter how lovely, must be based on honesty. Recognizing reality is the first step towards healing. Your menacing clarity is your greatest asset. You have a clear perspective on life. You grasp the complexities of human nature, your role in the universe, and the broader perspective. Unlike others who remain ensconced in denial or who stubbornly adhere to conventional wisdom, you are liberating yourself by expressing the brutal reality. People may feel uneasy with that since it questions their perspective on the world. Your opinion matters. Given where things are, what are your thoughts on the matter? Is it unsettling to talk about deeper realities or to challenge what has been normalized? Recount your adventures. Raise your voice, because it is you who is rewriting history, freeing yourself, and illuminating hidden realities. Remember to be alert and awake. Look at the world as it really is. You are doing great work uplifting others and being true to yourself. In spite of the discomfort it may cause, you should always speak your mind and live your truth. Life isn't a stage, you're not a spectator. Love it to the fullest.